All right, challenging areas. It seems that the longer and harder I study coding, the less confident I am that I'll ever be ready to sit for the 5-hour CPC exam. I totally understand that. And honestly, when I first started coding, and teaching coding, I've been doing this since 1999. I had this one student, I'll never forget her. She was so smart. I mean, she could code circles around me. She could not pass the exam. She had taken it, I'm not kidding you, 5 times. And she knew her stuff. And finally I realized, I said, you know what? You don't need to focus on the content anymore. You need to focus on how to take a test. And she helped me to develop a lot of the content in my Blitz videos to really, the how to take it versus, then getting into the nitty-gritty of the content areas. So if you're studying that long and that hard, you're probably already prepared. What I would do if I were you is I would take a few practice exams and see how you do on them. And if you're passing them, you're more than likely going to be fine on the board exam. There are some test-taking strategies. Definitely take a look at that article on the Coding Certification blog on time management, and that will help you as well. And really visualize how you're going to take the exam. You've got 150 questions. You've got 5 hours and 40 minutes. How are you going to break it up? And if we have time at the end, I can go over that strategy a little bit. Failed the first time due to time and being able to read the long reports. Yeah, and AAPC's exam format changes all the time. When I first took it, you had to pass in one section, and I think E&M had like 35 questions of the whole exam. Then they went where you had to pass 3 sections. It was still 150 questions, but if you got a 90 in the first one and a 60 in the second one and a 90 in the third one, you failed the whole thing because you didn't pass the middle section. Then that went away, and then they came out with these long op reports. I mean, they were so long. And then they went back to scenarios, little blips. So it does change from time to time. The feedback I've been getting lately is that they are now back to the kind of longish reports, and this is a real golden tip for the surgery question. So this is important if you've been snoozing. Heads up. When you come to a question on the board exam for surgery, go right to the answers. Don't even read the op report or the scenario. Go right to the answers. Look up the codes in your manual and jot down in your exam booklet the difference between the codes. For example, maybe one code is related to one body area and another code is related to another, or maybe there's measurement differences if you're dealing with excisions. There's some variable that makes the codes different. And then, now you know what the difference is. When you're reading the op report, you know exactly what you need to abstract. Because, like me, if I'm reading an op report, I'm circling everything that seems important. And then you get to the end and you read the question, it's like, oh, I didn't even need to worry about that stuff. I just needed to look for this. So by looking up the codes first and the answers, that will save you a ton of time. And you won't have to reread it, because what invariably happens is you read it once, you read the answers, you look them up, and then you go back and you read it again to abstract what you know you really need. So it's a hard thing to make yourself do. That's part of the visualization that I teach. Really picture yourself not reading the op report and going right to the answers and looking up the codes. And you'll find when you start the exam and you're nervous, the first couple you might start reading, oh wait, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to go to the answers. And that's one of the biggest things I've gotten feedback on from students, that they said that saved them so much time and helped them be able to just get right to the point of what they needed to focus on to get their correct answer.